All right, my bunny friends, you chose the bunny, so we are going to develop that bunny on our final sheet of paper. So I have opened up to my sketchbook just to help me and remind me what my steps are and how I set up. I am going to just very, very lightly put in my quadrant, so dropping halfway from the vertical side and the horizontal side to make sure that I stay with the correct spacing, okay? So the first thing we did with our bunny was make our circle excuse me guys, for our nose. So we're going to go ahead and do that first and make sure that we don't make it too big. Remember, I made it a little too big the last time. I'm going to use my wrist to make my circle. I'm not using my hand. I'm locking my wrist on my pencil to get that bunny nose as circular as I can. All right, and hopefully you guys can see that okay. All right, from here now we're going to kind of shape out our bunny's head. So remember, it kind of makes a curve. So like from the bottom, it kind of curves and kind of comes up to about the halfway point on your paper. And make it symmetrical as best as I can on the other side. So curves inward towards the center a little bit. Okay. Then from there, remember we connect with that more rainbow shape. Okay. Double checking yourself that you're only a little bit is above that halfway point because we got to have enough room for our ears. Okay, next from there we're going to go ahead and let's go ahead and put in our shoulders just so that's done from the sides outward, from this side outward. Okay, and now we're going to go ahead and let's go ahead and put in our ears before we do anything else. So trying to keep space, but make them as long as we can. They basically point up towards your corners before they come down. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Carefully kind of measuring as we go. We don't want one ear to be visibly larger than the other as much as possible. Okay. So we've marked in our ears. So now we can go ahead and put in those guidelines that are right here for the nose and the eye. So it basically comes from the bottom ear and it curves down. Same thing on the other side. Trying to get them as symmetrical as possible. All right, and then you can go ahead and place in those jelly bean eyes. I'm putting mine on a slight angle inward towards the nose. Okay, and we're going to add some detail to our eyes today in just a second. Coming down here to our nose, we're going to go ahead and make that triangle. So that triangle would almost connect back with these two lines here. Remember, it's an open triangle, more like a point of an arrow. And then that connects to that right and left curve side, just kind of like our bear is too. Okay, so from here, we're going to decide what do we need to do to kind of clean up our bunny or fix anything. I did notice that I think I made his cheeks too full. He looks like he's got a full load of food in that mouth. So I'm going to trim off a little bit off the cheeks. I'm going to come down where the eye is a little bit more and trim off the sides. So if your bunny's looking a little chunky like mine is, go ahead and give him a little trim in the face. All right, that looks a little nicer. And then we're going to go to the eyes. And what we're going to do is you're going to leave a small dot on each side for the little highlight. And then go ahead and shade all this in. It will be Sharpied eventually. Just shade it in for now. Shade everything in except for that little oval in the middle, okay? And then I want you to you're gonna make little kind of expressive lines all the way around the tops and the sides, just not the bottom. So I'm doing, it's not eyelashes, they're not connecting at all. It just adds some expression to our bunny. So again, nothing on the bottom portion. All right, our bunny is pretty much done. So you are ready for the next step. So tomorrow you will need a Sharpie, so get ready for that, and you will definitely still need a pencil as well. Have a good one, guys.